Hey Tails, excited to go see Sonic 3?
What? We're seeing Sonic 3?
Of course we are! What else is out there for us to see? Well...
the Disney released the new Lion King! It really interested me! It looks super good, and... I want to...
Go on.
Touch it.
Hello, welcome back. Now, I don't even know how to start this. It's been around about 2 or 3 days since I watched Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and I'm only recording this now, mainly because it's just took me so long to get my thoughts into like a word form. Honestly, it still won't do it justice for what I'm actually thinking about this film. Instead of there being 2 different videos, non-spoiler and spoiler, this is going to be one big video that at the start will be non-spoiler, and then afterwards will be spoiler. So you can watch the non-spoiler part if you haven't seen the film already, and then click off when the spoiler part begins, but if you've seen the film already and want to know my thoughts on spoiler stuff, you can watch the whole thing. If you want to see my thoughts in general without actually spoiling any of the film, then keep listening, but if you want to go straight into the nitty-gritty details and spoiler stuff, then go to this timestamp right here. Now, with no spoilers whatsoever, oh my god, this film is peak. Now, this doesn't mean that I hate the other Sonic movies, but when Sonic movie 1 and 2, and they tried to make a couple jokes in there, sometimes they were a little bit, like, hit and miss, you know, they weren't really too funny. This film was actually very funny. There were some bits, Jim Carrey, as always, oh my goodness gracious, he was perfect. The film was actually funny when it wanted to be, and serious when it wanted to be, and it could easily just flick between the two. The moment you'd be having a great, fun, happy time with Sonic before it cuts to a depressing, sad time with Shadow. When this film wanted you to be worried or like scared or suspenseful, I guess, they did it perfectly. I felt some feelings watching this movie that I haven't felt watching any of the other 2 films. Basically, the entire time I was watching it, my mouth was open. I don't think I ever had my mouth closed watching it. Because everything that just came up just, like, surprised me, like, even more than the last. There's so many little hidden Easter eggs and little hidden sneaky things that only, like, real Sonic fans are able to notice when watching the film, and it makes it all that much better. Stuff that to the average viewer would make sense and wouldn't really stick out as a cameo Easter egg that the Sonic fans need to recognize, but Sonic fans would recognize it immediately, like I did. In my opinion, the pacing felt a little bit weird in the beginning. I'm not complaining, I'm not saying it was bad, it just felt a little strange, I guess. This film was so good. It was insanely good, unbelievably good. I've never rebooked seeing a film in the theater once. I've never gone to see a film multiple times, like in one running, but I am seeing Sonic Movie 3 again, no doubts. The CGI upgrade from Sonic Movie 2 using the Knuckles Show CGI that they've gone for is absolutely beautiful. It looks even better than the Knuckles Show. This is easily the best CGI that they've had for like any of the movies, ever. Full stop. The whole film is gorgeous, and there are multiple frames that I could pause and easily put on my walls and be perfectly happy with them being there. It's all a masterpiece, every single bit of it, just like the genre, just like how they're able to flick between them so easily. They could go from happy to sad in seconds. Story, the plot, the characters, it's all so good. There are really emotional moments in there, some moments where I was sat in the theater thinking, am I actually going to cry at a Sonic the Hedgehog movie? Is that actually going to happen? It didn't, I got pretty close. But I didn't cry. Overall, if you're watching this video and seriously considering about watching Sonic the Hedgehog 3, but you don't really know for sure, do it. You will not regret it whatsoever. I would say as a film, it's still good. Just as a film, if you're not a Sonic fan, it's still enjoyable. I forced my family to go with me, and they came out of it saying that they absolutely loved it. Stuff for the Sonic fans to nerd about and geek over, and there's stuff for just general audiences to enjoy. It's good. Watch it if you haven't. If you're debating it, watch it, okay? I'm telling you, go and book tickets right now. Watch it. And now that I've got the non-spoiler stuff out of the way, this is your warning, people. If you don't want to be spoiled, click off the video now, because I'm about to start talking about spoiler topics. I'll give you a second. Okay.
My god.
Super Sonic and Super Shadow. Oh my goodness gracious. The dap up together, Live and Learn playing when they actually play lyrics from Live and Learn and they haven't re-recorded it or anything. It's like the actual lyrics was like, oh my god. Genuinely, goosebumps the entire time. I could tell I was witnessing peak cinema that moment in the theater. The whole thing with Tom makes sense, where Shadow attacks Tom because he's dressed as Commander Walters. Perfect. The fact that Commander Walters was actually involved in Shadow's backstory somehow, it all makes sense for Shadow to attack him when he sees him. It's also changing up the entire story of Shadow and him not growing up on space and growing up on Earth is actually really interesting. They unfortunately didn't shoot that girl. We didn't get to see a bullet go straight through her chest because it was just some sort of accidental shot at something else that exploded and killed her. Boring, Paramount, boring, but you know what? Okay, we'll give you it, alright? We'll give you it. We get it, you can't shoot a girl on TV or film or whatever. Cool. Them actually killing Commander Walters genuinely shocked me and set a whole tone for this film. When in the first 20 minutes, Commander Walters is dead. That's why when Tom had his little moment where he kind of fell and wasn't waking up and everyone was freaking out over it, I thought they actually had killed him off. I thought there's absolutely no way you're telling me that they've killed off Tom Wachowski in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 and Commander Walters? Fight scenes are just constant. It's always action between every single character. It's actually so good. There was even a little tease of the Sonic and Knuckles. You know, when Sonic and Knuckles were arguing with each other and they slowly started powering up, I thought we were going to get another Sonic and Knuckles fight. BioLizard too. I know a lot of you probably didn't notice, but the BioLizard was actually there when they're watching the film and it's the spooky alien. Yeah, that's the BioLizard. So good. They chuck in a little reference literally every moment they can, and it's what I love about these films. To normal viewers, right, to the other people who aren't into Sonic, that's just a monster. That's just some sort of monster. But to Sonic fans, it's the BioLizard, and that's a big deal. Soundtrack as well, Junkie XL actually locked in this time and genuinely made really good music. He actually took from video game music. There's Escape from the City in there as well sometimes. I didn't notice until literally leaving and someone pointing it out. I didn't even hear it in the film. That's how well he put it in there. Harold and Eggman were amazing together. It's genuinely so surprising that it was the same actor. The effects on that are insane. Flow so well together that I genuinely thought sometimes they were two different people. Jim Carrey knocked it out of the park, as always. The end of the film actually made me feel quite sad. When Robotnik was doing his big goodbye to Agent Stone and he was doing all of this, you weren't a sycophant, you were a sicker friend. It was tugging at the heartstrings. As someone who's waited 2 years for this film to come out and has been there for literally every single little thing, even from the little leaked photos of Sonic, Tails and Knuckles in the woods, I could proudly say I am perfectly fine with that wait, and it was incredible. It was worth every single day of that wait. 2 years. It was incredibly worth it, and I will gladly wait 2 years for Sonic the Hedgehog 4, because I know they are going to knock it out the park with that one too. Seeing this whole thing evolve from just the first film that was some horrifically ugly Sonic design, and seeing Jeff Fowler actually evolve as some sort of creator and director, it's been a pleasure to see. It's been so good to see. Seeing how they played it safe in Sonic Movie 1 and didn't chuck too many references into now Sonic the Hedgehog 3 having loads of references in there. And oh my god, Amy and Metal Sonic. Oh my god, Amy and Metal Sonic. It's so exciting. How Metal Sonic comes into play, where did Amy come from? It opens up so many doors, which yes, we will talk about in videos a while after the film's release, so people don't complain about spoilers. It gets me so excited for the future of the Sonic movies, and I'm sure we are going to have many more Sonic movie related projects to come, which I'm so excited about, because I love this franchise, man. Like I said in the no spoiler review, if you are considering watching Sonic 3 and haven't gone to watch it yet, do it. It is so good. I mean, if you haven't watched it and you've just listened to me speak about all of that, you've spoiled it for yourself. Why have you done that? Genuinely, Sonic 3 is, perfect. It's a masterpiece to me. I love it. It's my favorite film ever out there. Perfect. I'm going to rewatch it so many times. Easily 20 out of 10. Perfect. It's beautiful. It's incredible. It works so well together. All the characters are so good. It's peak. Genuinely don't think there's any sort of way I could have been happier with how this film turned out. It genuinely was so worth the 2 years. I know I've said it multiple times, but it really was. Go see Sonic 3 if you haven't already. Thank you all for watching Sonic movie news videos with me and for all being excited for just Sonic movie stuff. It's been really cool being able to be hyped with all of you now that Sonic 3 is actually out. Merry Christmas too, by the way. Merry Christmas to all of you. Let me know your thoughts on Sonic 3 in the comments down below. What do you think? Did you like it? Did you think there was stuff that could have been changed? Let me know. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe on the #1 Sonic movie news source. That is proven fact, by the way. That is a proven one. And I'll see you in a bit. Good.